No warning, just pure evil. She fled a war zone in Ukraine, hoping to be safe in America, only to be butchered on a light rail in the remnants of Joe Biden's America. Video footage of the incident, the young girl completely innocent, just sitting there minding her own business, no threat to anyone, and in seconds, completely unprovoked, without any warning, she's stabbed to death. Now you'd think that this kind of violence, especially to a Ukrainian refugee, would garner massive attention. But national coverage? Almost complete radio silence. Zero mentioning of this brutal murder from the Associated Press, PBS, New York Times, NPR, or the Wall Street Journal. Are you kidding me? Now, I bet, friends, I bet that if the victim had been black and the suspect white, media firestorms would have ignited coast to coast. But instead, Ariana's story barely registered on national news. Now let's compare that to Daniel Penny, shall we? A white Marine veteran intervening to protect subway riders from a clearly unstable man. Next thing you know, he's plastered across every outlet in America, branded a murderer, and dragged into court. Why? Well, because the man he restrained, he was black. The media just couldn't resist that narrative. But when a white woman is stabbed to death by a black man on public transit, where's the outrage? Where's the national coverage? It's not just bias, friends. It's deliberate silence. And that is racial discrimination, plain and simple. Legacy media told us for years that the straight white man is the biggest threat to America. But let's look at the facts. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, between 2017 and 2021, there were approximately 2.38 million black-on-white violent incidences versus only 370,000 white-on-black instances. Friends, that's a 6.4 to 1 ratio. And when you adjust for population, well, then a white person is reportedly 31 times more likely to be victimized by a black person than the other way around. Friends, what else would you call this? And what would you call Ariana's murder if not a targeted assault?
I just give my love and hope to the family of the young woman who was stabbed this morning or last night in Charlotte by a madman, a lunatic. Just got up and started. It's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible, but just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
And he's right, friends. Because a nation that can't protect its daughters jogging or walking their dog or on a train can't call itself civilized, let alone sovereign. This isn't just about crime. It's about whether we still have a country worth defending. And by the way, the swamp capital itself, they're finally seeing results. Watch.
Look, DC now is 100%, I don't want to say 100, but it's pretty close to 100% healthy, happy, thriving. It's a crime-free zone. You know that. You know, you could go out to dinner tonight, Jeff. You could go out to dinner, and you most likely will not be harmed. You know that. You won't be beaten to hell.
Yeah, they said it was impossible, and he did it anyway. Friends, the message is loud and clear. From the streets of Chicago to the trains of Charlotte to the halls of Washington, D.C. President Trump is doing what no globalist, no career politician, and no woke DA has the guts to do. Crush crime,